100.5, 1450, WGNSSports.com, and Big G TV.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Dan France Concrete, a licensed and insured residential and commercial concrete construction contractor serving Middle Tennessee. That's Dan France Concrete. Danny Brewer back with you. Happier to hound dog right now because, doggone it, I got Scott Thomas, head girls basketball coach, Oakland High School. Coach Thomas, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Well, quite well, sir. All right, so, before we talk, this is a girls basketball show. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about football for just a minute. Because, another state championship at Oakland. You play a role in that because you're a part of that program. Tell me a little bit about the euphoria of another state championship.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't play a big role this year. I just kind of was a helper on Friday nights for Coach Creasy. But, you can't – it's – pretty impressive, what Coach has done for our football team, and I'm thankful that he lets me be around and still be a part of what he's doing there. And me and Coach Creasy have always had a really good relationship. I learn from him every year, and take pieces of what he does within our football program, and just trying to bring that winning culture that football has to our girls basketball program.
He's a guy that just a building block of a coach. Yeah. I mean, the guy flat does it. Just one last thing about it. You have been part of Rutherford County football for a long time. Mm-hmm. So, does it give you a little bit extra juice in the tank because you were you played here in Rutherford County, and that Rutherford County is maintaining that top spot in the whole state because ain't nobody better than Rutherford County in football.
No, yeah, it's been awesome to be a part of. The years at Riverdale, was part of a winning program, and coming to Oakland, felt a lot like how it was when I was at Riverdale with the culture and just the pride in winning. I think is the main thing. And what Coach Creasy's doing there is, it's special.
So we're going to get into girls basketball now. Let's talk a little bit about Scott Thomas, the Scott Thomas way. This is your second year as head coach at Oakland High School?
Yep, second. Okay,
all right. So what kind of are you trying to, year one to year two, talk a little bit about the transition, the familiarity with who you've got in your program and all that kind of stuff. Tell me a little bit about how things have gone coming into year two.
Yeah, so last year, we were 6 seniors, so we were pretty senior heavy. And, I think year one was just trying to, instill our culture and, our, what we expect of the players and, how we want to work and how we want to compete. And, this year got a really young team. Only got one senior on the team. So we're young. I think they know now kind of what we expect of them as coaches, and our schedule has been pretty tough early, and I've been really proud of the way that we've competed so far this year. Starting 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and 1 senior for most of our games. So I think us playing young is good for the future, and us playing really good competition is going to help us down the road as well.
2 freshmen, 2 sophomores in the starting lineup. Yeah. Obviously that's a challenge, but a good challenge, right?
Yeah, it's been good. The 2 freshmen, one of them's KK Richardson. She actually came over from Blackman Middle. She's our starting point guard right now. If you watch her play, you wouldn't think she was a freshman. She's her poise is really good and calm, and she's had a 22-point game and 2 or 3 double-digit games. Creates offense, runs our offense really well. Zaria Benford is another one who came to us from Oakland Middle. Still trying to get her. She's getting better each game. Still trying to get her to play a little more aggressive and play up to her potential that we know she's got. And then, sophomore Kylie Higgs came back out this year from really good softball player at Oakland. If you just watch her play, you'll notice she's just a workhorse. Always gives her best. And then Riley Mullen played for us a lot last year as a freshman. Struggling a little bit shooting the ball right now, but totally confident that she's gonna get us going. And when she's on and everybody else is on, we haven't really had that complete game yet. So excited to see what we look like once we're all hitting on all cylinders. And then our lone senior, Kenya Seibert, she's just a scrappy player that got a lot of good minutes last year too. So then we bring a junior off the bench, Callie Lowe, who got some good minutes last year. So we're young, but we're 6 games in, so we're not using us being young as an excuse anymore. So we got to start trying to find a way to win games.
What's your record right now, Coach?
We played 6. We've lost the first 6, so we're 0-6 so far.
But I mean, it's been six growing games. You feel like that your team has grown from week 1 to now.
Yeah, I mean, in every game we played in, I'd say other than last night at Green Hill, we've competed and been in for 3 or 4 quarters with a chance. Had a chance to beat Blackman on Tuesday night, lost by 2, and then last Friday had a chance to beat Pickett County, ended up losing by 5. But yeah, tough schedule. We opened up with Tullahoma, Mount Juliet, then we went right to Upperman, then we played Pickett County, then we played Blackman, and we played Green Hill. So, good competition. And like I said, I think it's going to prepare us for when we get in the district and region.
No, I think without question. Let's rewind for a little bit. The Blackman game, 41-39, 2-point loss on Tuesday night. That was at Blackman?
Yeah.
So when you talk about going, and Blackman has been the bell cow the last several seasons for Rutherford County basketball, and girls basketball in Rutherford County is very good and has been for a long time. So talk a little bit about that game and kind of what that can do for your program. Because like I said, I know moral victories aren't what you're after, but
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a good, I think our girls finally saw that we can compete with the best in our district and region. And, I thought we took 4 steps forward, just with our confidence and, them realizing that we do have a chance, because, we set goal before the season, and the girls set them, one of their goals was to be a district champion and to win the region. So, Tuesday night I thought was a region championship atmosphere. And Blackman is a team that if we're going to achieve that, that's the team that we're going to have to beat. So, I was proud of the way we played. It's always fun playing Coach Grandstaff, and she's got a great team this year, and I was proud of how we battled.
Girls basketball, I enjoy watching girls basketball because it's still very fundamental. Talk about the fundamentals because they can't jump out of the gym and all that. So you have to be more fundamental in girls basketball to be successful. Talk about the fundamentals and what you're seeing from your team right now.
Yeah, that's we talk to our team a lot about doing the little things right. Especially when you're playing the Blackmans and the Uppermans and the Mount Julius, the Green Hills. So, we're trying to hit hard, not turning the ball over, especially when the game's close in the fourth quarter. There's times where we don't rebound the ball great. And then, there's times where we just can't buy a shot, So little things I think is hard for, young athletes to really have an emphasis on, especially during practice. And, a lot of kids these days would just rather, not practice and just tip it up and play. That's one thing, we're trying to practice at a right level. That's, where we're getting the effort in practice is the same effort we're getting in games. And once we figure that out, I think we'll really take a step forward. Because
the bottom line is your team is built on the practice floor, not on the playing floor.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when you talk about having the one senior, of course she's a girl who's been through it a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Is that one of the things that you're struggling with? You think a little bit because the young players and maybe they don't always understand what it takes to be successful at this level?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's, it starts with leadership. We're still trying to find the vocal leader on our team. That's consistent. We have a few that try to step up, but I think any good team that you see, they have good leadership, and I do think that's a piece we're missing right now with us being so young, and it's a culture thing. I think the older girls on the team should set the example for the younger kids. That way, by the time our freshmen are seniors, now they're setting the example. And it's just a trickle effect. And that's still one thing that we're trying to hit hard on within our program.
So, Coach, what you got coming up this week?
So we got Wilson Central Monday, who's 8-1, 9-1 team, and then we go. Beach comes to us on Thursday, who's a really good team as well.
So it doesn't get any easier, right, Coach?
Not gonna get any easier.
Okay, so 'tis the season. It's holiday season, Christmas time. What does Coach Scott Thomas want from his basketball team heading into Christmas? What can they give you for Christmas, Coach?
I think the best thing I could ask for is them just enjoying playing with each other, continue being great teammates, and then we just gotta find a way to put that ball in the goal.
Put the biscuit in the basket,
Yep.
right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Well, Scott Thomas, we appreciate your time. Now, is either one of those games at home at Wilson Central or Beach?
Wilson Central's away. Beach is at home on Thursday.
So Thursday night, if you want to see some good basketball, you get on over there to Oakland. Because, Oakland High School, when you walk in that gym and you see those banners and all that kind of stuff, it's really a very cool atmosphere, very cool place. Coach Scott Thomas, we appreciate your time. We certainly wish you the best of luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All righty. The Coaches Show is brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue ribs and many local favorites on Warrior Drive, locally operated by Anne Marie Brents and the Lanning family.